I need to start recording for YouTube. There we go. YouTube missed that little bit of fun. Hi, YouTube. Yeah, you can throw tomatoes. It's the, whatever you hit the shame debuff. It's great. Check it out. I can even throw them at myself if I'm good. Did that get me? No, it did not get me. Hiya, Joe. I will catch one of these tomatoes, I promise. Okay, anyway, it gives you the shame debuff. I don't think the shame debuff actually does anything, I just think it's kind of funny. Yeah, we'll shame the horse. Shame! I said shame! The horse is shamed. Yeah, I'm totally trying to catch tomatoes on my nose. Trying to shame myself. Alright, let's finish off this floor. Like how this actually, currently while I'm working on it, doesn't look like a mess in the same way as like most messes look. It actually looks like a construction mess. It actually looks like a construction yard right now, and that's fun. That's fun to me. So the other reason I kind of like thought this is how Roman houses worked in the first place was because I wanted to have these like thinner walls that I've got going on here, which are these walls here, and then I wanted to have these walls in here, which actually are block aligned, so that when I place blocks and things against them, it's flush. Because this is where I was going to put all the like proper blocks and things. So yeah, we have a floor now, that's nice. Can I make the tinker's belt? No, I can only make a leather belt. You sure it's a tinker's belt? I'm not aware of tinker's construct having a belt. Excuse? Oh, I don't have any room. Good. Sewer pipe, you can leave, no one wants you. Bye. Ah, Tinker's add-on, okay. There's so many Tinker's mods now, I can't keep track of them all. Who's got rocks? Which of these chests has rocks? This is also part of the reason why we're doing the Roman house desperately before the next actual filming of the proper episode, because I need some actual, like, storage. Because right now, things are just kind of ridiculous and silly and dumb. So I think I'm gonna, like, hold the line in terms of what I was originally gonna do, and not be as, I suppose, historically accurate as I could be, even though I now know better. Just because I would like my building to be functional, and I actually don't think Roman houses are very functional. If you look at them on Google and look at the explanations for what each of the parts of the houses did, there's a lot of wasted space. Romans were Or at least the Romans that could afford this kind of housing were lavish at best. Travelers. At least not in this age. I like my wall-embedded oven. It's very cute. No, I have no interest in the climbing gloves. I'll probably just use totems or something like that. I find the climbing gloves really annoying. I'd rather just use scaffolds, you know? Scaffolds are great, because you can just... And if you want them all back, thank you very much. That way I'm only climbing things when I selectively want to climb things and not just like climbing surfaces just because I accidentally rubbed my butt up against it at one time. I'm actually not at all that interested in tinkers these days, and that's not really the fault of the Tinkers Construct guys. It's just the fact that you're expected to use tinkers in everything these days. And I'm just not interested in the way they do tools anymore. It's just kind of boring. I'm sorry, but that's my feelings, and I won't change them just to make people feel better. There we go, perfect example of using scaffolding. See, on the other hand, I don't like Silent Gems because I think Silent Gems is ugly. I'm sorry, the mod author of Silent Gems. Truly I am. I'm sure it's a lovely mod, but personally I feel it's ugly and I don't want to use it. There is a mod, on the other hand, of like the build your own tools stuff. Just realized I did something wrong here. Build your own tools kind of mods, and it's called Tetra. Go on Curse Mods and look up Tetra. Tetra looks really promising, and it's very, very pretty. And I very much like my pretty mods, especially when they work super well. Just realized I don't want you here. Like an upper floor. That's the one, thank you, Grid. You guys, check out that link. That mod is sick. Hey, Iron Jacks. Iron Jor. Sorry. Iron Jor 12. Should be better at reading Roman numerals. I'm trying to immerse myself in the Roman lifestyle on Minecraft right now. Terrible, bad me. Dang it. Already out of cobble. Okay. Grab some more. Wow, am I actually out of cobble? I might actually be out of cobble. In which case, I think we start plastering things. I think that's how we handle this particular problem. Do I not have... Not have. Wondering what I mean by not have. I don't have a copy of a piece of wall that I need to use right now. Oop. Copy you. Replace you. That's incorrect. So what we do is we remove that. Now we have the appropriate wall. Oh man. Fallout 4 is wonderful. It's gonna, you know what? Maybe this seems a little excessive, but I'm just gonna do this. Remove the cobble. My bag so I know when it's reaching full. It's not doing the proper wall, by the way, because I've run out of limestone in my bag, but I'll handle that soon. Bag is getting full. Okay. Now what we do, we copy actual cobble. Bam. Get all the cobble out. See how that works? It's great. Is great. Witcher 3's over. I'm sorry. Just no one was interested in it. It was the it was the series with the lowest view count on my channel. So I see no reason to continue with it. Other than having had played it in my off time instead, where I can enjoy it off camera. As for other games, of course. If there's one thing I don't want to do with this channel, it's make it a Minecraft channel. And I've tried several times to do that, and I love that people are always going to stick around. But the difference between the people who are subscribed to me that watch for Minecraft only versus the people who subscribe to me to watch things other than Minecraft, there's a lot more people who watch only for Minecraft. So it's kind of hard to shift the channel away from Minecraft and still have the channel be profitable. And you might be thinking, why the hell are you thinking about only making a profit, Rosine? And simply because I have to live. I have bills to pay. I think like most adults, and that's just the way it's got to be, unfortunately. I would love to do a lot more with the channel than I currently do, but it's just not feasible. As much as the channel is a passion project, it is also my lifeline. And so it is. If this... Here we go. Yeah, and that's the other problem is MC is oh, it's not a dying game, it's just a game which has lost its viewership to a large degree. I think MC is going to be around for a lot longer than currently is, but it's still just going to kind of be stagnant for a while. It's hard to pull in. The other problem is, as a YouTuber, it's hard to pull in new viewers as a small channel. Because, you know, advertising on a zero budget, right? And you're not exactly put on the front page of YouTube. Unless you're doing Fortnite or something. And I have personal zero interest in Fortnite. So sorry to get all depressing on you guys, but it's kind of the way it is right now. Graveyard Keeper does actually look really cool, and I've been thinking about contacting the author of it, but I have no access to the game as yet. I need you. See you, Mad. Hey, Tommy. Mr. Blom. The one and only. Thank you, Troa. Wait, you dislike Fortnite, Ella? I thought you played Fortnite. Or have you since got sick of it? Thank you, Kyle. So many bits. Chisels and bits. The thing about Chisels and Bits is it's so performative as a mod that, like, you can just make your entire base out of it and you'll see basically no hit to your FPS versus normal Minecraft. It's crazy how well algorithm actually optimized it. I still don't understand quite how he managed it, to be honest. He is clearly a warlock. What? No, Chisels and Bits always used to be optimized. I don't know what you're talking about, Tizarin. If you're thinking about the older versions of these mods, that wasn't algorithm that made these mods. Bit building mods have existed long before Chisels and Bits. It's just every time somebody made one, it was laggy as hell. But Chisels and Bits has always been performative. Yeah, I can make this house almost entirely out of Chisels and Bits, and no one will be the wiser in terms of performance. Maybe that was it. Curzon. Maybe that was it. Okay, so those walls are done. Sort of. These ones will have to be changed up. What I do? Yeah, microblocks, that was the name of it. Yeah, the first go at covers was pretty rough. That was Alaram's, I think. Alaram pretty quickly optimized it, but she then didn't stick around for very long. And then the next go at microblocks was can't even remember his name. He hasn't been around in so long. Chicken Bones. And then after Chicken Bones, it was who was it? Who was it? Remember? Been a long time. Forge Multipart was Chicken Bones. Yeah. Yes, and then Amadornis. After Chicken left. That was incorrect. What the heck happened there? Here we go. Do the Buildcraft half blocks and stuff count? Did they do special things, Tarzan? I can't remember. Tiz. I'm just gonna call you Tiz, because I'm bad at pronouncing things. Yeah, Chicken still does keep things updated, I think. But as for actual active commitment to the community, not really around much. Oh, BC, right, pipe covers from BC, yeah. I mean, I don't actually know. I don't use them. Personally, I don't use them. They're a pain to make, and usually some other mod has one that's less of a pain to make. That might also be true, Fruitan Tar. I just think that his name is still on it. I think he's at university. I think that's the thing with Chicken. He being an adult, grown up, doing grown up things. Used to use BC pipes. Till I realized they sucked. Oh. No. I want plain. Logistics pipes, on the other hand, are actually rad as hell. But I have to disagree with BC pipes being any good these days, and the reason for that is simply because they spill, and there's no way to prevent spilling. If some part of the system backs up, goodbye server ticks, because you're done, son. Logistics pipes, on the other hand, will only send and receive things when it needs to. Yes, they can still spill, but that's only if you break something while something is sending and or receiving. I mean, that's the sacrifice, because BC pipes are actually transporting items. They're not ghost items. They're not like illusory items just to say, hey, this item is traveling from A to B. They're actually the item being moved, and it's not the way I would have done it, but hey. So when logistics pipes comes along, it actually has to pathfind those items to its destination, and that's where the cost comes in, because pathfinding is expensive. Programmatically expensive, my dudes. Yeah, but gates are so far into the actual BC mod that by the time you've got gates, it's kind of like, screw it, my base is a mess. In terms of these, I'm gonna have this wall here, but I need to calm down with the chisels and bits. They're not expensive on the system. I just need to calm down with the chisels and bits. And actually make this just plain old limestone, I think. Is fine. You're not late, Makod. Barely started. Don't you sass me, Atomic. Can't sass me, I won't be sassed. This isn't premature bitsimization. I just don't want to have to break it up later and rebuild it if it does start lagging. Which I doubt it will, but, you know, I just don't want to do that. Oh, there will be plenty more bits and bits and bits, but... yeah, too late, I was sassed. I got sassed good. Okay, so... let's look at things here. Because we gon' want to put roof on. That was a sentence. That was a really good sentence. Yeah, I can actually make a proper fish tank. Probably not yet, though. Let's do some roof building. Roof building's always fun. Ha! Give me that. Just gonna guess that that's enough. Oh. You face this way, please. I think the actual mod that provides the fish tanks in the first place has its own multi-block. Fish. Fish. Yeah, there it is. Fish tank. That's a really easy recipe as well. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should do that. No, that's fine. Oh, it's fairly close to how accurate I would need to be. I made one more of these than I needed, so now I need 1, 2, 3, 4 of the other. It's fine if it's off-center. It's actually because of the wall that it's off-center. Itself is not off-center. It is accurate. The wall is just off-center. And I kind of feel like keeping it that way. It will create interest. Oh, that, and then I want yon. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, definitely replace dividing wall with fish tank. That is extremely Roman. Excess to the extreme. Some might say excess to the max. Hey, Carrier-type. Nice. Okay. And then the rest is all straights, I think. I think. Yes, should all be straights. Ow. Those dang straights, am I right, queer people? Can you sub yet? I don't know what you mean. Can you sub to me? No, because I'm not a affiliate. I don't have any sort of affiliation with Twitch. Maybe I will in the future, who knows? But for now, the answer is no. Rosie is best ally, 10 out of 10. Makes jokes. And you. I'm gonna need more shingles soon. Give to me that. Maybe one day you'll be able to sub to me. That would be a good day. I have been tempted to do more streaming, and this is part of that. Me streaming right now, that is. Simply for the fact of trying not to put all my eggs in one basket. That being the YouTube basket. YouTube is crap. Don't tell YouTube I said that. Hi, account. I'm sorry to hear that you are not feeling great. Feel free to lurk if you wish. I'll be streaming for a while yet. And maybe my dumb voice can soothe. That's correct. No, that's not correct. Chisels and or bits. How dare you? There we go. It would, Troa. It would. Less being financially panicked all the time, thanks. Get a real job, I hear someone scream from the back. Well, you know, I do this because a real job doesn't really suit me. True story. And also, this is a real job these days. I've been playing with the crew on Forgecraft, but quite honestly, I'm not gonna stream it and I'm not gonna film it because I just really dislike the pack. It is not my kind of pack, and I'm gonna get bored of it before I even think about streaming it, I think. Yeah, that's how I tile people's roofs. I just make big blocks of stuff, and I break them up into small tiles, and then I glue them back together in tile-like shape rather than actually making mold forms or anything. Hey, don't be so mean, Count. Didn't you hear it? They dropped it to 10 minutes. Slash sarcasm. The thing is, like, the concept behind a 30-minute wait time runs right through that pack. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the form of a time gate, but it's in the form of other bullshit. So yeah. Not interested. Not even slightly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just in general, Darko makes packs that are kind of like align with what I enjoy, so that's why I never get bored of Darko stuff. Um, Stuck? Yes, very stuck. Um, 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 um. Um. That one. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. See where we get with 44 of these and adapt. Regrowth is a really good pet. Iskander makes... Iskander? I'm getting names confused, aren't I? The dude who made Regrowth, and has also made other packs, also makes the kind of packs that I'm interested in. Oh, 44 was really close. In fact, it was perfect. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind packs that mix magic and tech and then favor one at one time and another at a different time, because just like I've been treating this pack so far, I kind of just take it in whatever direction I feel like taking it, and I refuse to be railroaded by whatever the pack has in mind for me. And that way, I keep my sanity and enjoy whatever aspects of the mod pack that I enjoy. Material Energy was a really good mod pack as well. Kind of wished I kept that series going, to be honest. However, it was not meant to be. No, I actually really enjoyed Age of Engineering. I think what the issue behind the difference of like T-Foxes versus Age of Engineering, right, is more that some authors know how to make complication fun. Other authors just make things complicated, right? So T-Fox, bless his cotton socks, just makes things complicated, full stop. Doesn't think about why it's complicated or how to make that complication interesting, just makes it complicated for the sake of complicated. But the Age of Engineering guy, or Darkosto, or the Regrowth guy, like, those are complicated in an interesting way. They've actually thought about the path that they want the player to go, and they've made sure that that path is not riddled with boring bullshit. Sorry for the swearing this stream, I'm just hopped up on... I don't know what I'm hopped up on. Chocolate? I had hot chocolate before. And it has made me full of energy, and swearing is not such a bad thing here in the old NZ. Especially if you're a Westie like me. Hopped up on interaction, yeah. I am a bit of an extrovert when I'm not an anxious mess, so I'm hopped up on social energy. Here we go. I was originally from Point Chevalier, and I have since moved a distance. Point Chevalier, Auckland. I won't state where, because I am just a private person, I guess. And this is the internet. But, yeah. So barely a Westie, but still a Westie. Thank you, the Phoenix Lodge. Oh my god, yes. I'm sorry, Phoenix. Yeah, fish in a bucket. I think, the little fish, yeah. Bucket with salmon, bucket with clownfish, bucket with cod. You can bucket them in this mod. No, I am from New Zealand. Westie is the name you give to, I suppose you would say, in Australia a Westie is called a bogan, and in England a Westie is called a chav, and in America I guess a Westie is a redneck? Would that be? I don't think, maybe that's not accurate, because we still have people that live out in the middle of nowhere in New Zealand, and we just say that they're from the Wops. We wouldn't call them Westies though. Yeah, but rednecks doesn't really. I guess what you would say is like a Westie is a very casual city liver. Lower middle class, and lower class, yeah, like below the poverty line to just above the poverty line, middle class. That's kind of my kin. Yokel, yeah, maybe yokel. Actually, I don't know whether yokel isn't yokel like super uneducated. Yeah, but city slickers are like well educated, make a lot of money. As I understand it, anyway. So, how do I want to do the roof on this level? That's the question. I don't wanna. I think we put it backwards. Have the slope this side come up to here where I'm standing. And then that will mean this has a high wall on this side, opposing this roof. I think that'll look good. Yeah, I am educated, which means that I am like, you know, middle class. At best, I'm upper middle class, and at worst, and that's more just from my living situation these days, I'm just above the poverty line. Here we go. Thank you, Gred. And Westie is often used to associate someone or something with a stereotype. Stereotype depicts people from outer suburbs as unintelligent, uneducated, unmotivated. That's the word I'm looking for. Unmotivated. And unrefined. Lacking in fashion sense, working class, or unemployed. That series of things depicts Westie. Unmotivated, unrefined, lack in fashion sense, working class, and unemployed. They need to start teaching coding in like primary school. Yeah, chav, exactly. Westie is definitely like a chav or a bogan if you're from Australia. I think Canadians have bogans as well. They call their version of that bogan. Okay then. I guess redneck would describe me if I were living in America. Terracotta. Got so distracted with our oh actually. Oh, actually, I think I want to do this. Albertons. Albertans. Sorry, not Albertons. Definitely not. New Zealand is generally pretty anti-firearm. In fact, our laws are such that if you want to, like, the basic firearm ownership is for single shot rifles, and that is, or shotguns, and that is for use on farms and so on. And then if you want a handgun license, you need to do a lot more in order to achieve that. And then anything more than that is like an exotic firearms license, which is even harder to get. I do not own any guns. 0 guns. I did at one point own a recurve bow, though. I had to sell that again because I'm poor. Goodbye, bow. I loved you so. Vic still can't say what got him to move across the entire world to be down there in New Zealand. Some of us are a bit curious. Look, I'm a New Zealander, so I'm always going to be biased to this sort of thing, right? But I think generally what our country has to offer is peace. And by peace, I mean kind of like peace and quiet peace. Because we're certainly not cheap. It's a very expensive country to live in. But I think in general we have kind of day-to-day people have less to worry about than some other countries. For example, I have access to free healthcare, both mental and physical. Oh, okay. X is a cool dude, so I trust his sense of choice. Oh, crud. A lot of people, if you're an outdoorsy person, New Zealand is great. If I wasn't such a nervous wreck these days, I would definitely call myself an outdoorsy person, but unfortunately I am a nervous wreck, so... 1, 2, 3. Hey, Evanrare. It's just a chill building stream, yeah. Build and chat. Whoops, that is one too many. See ya, Tommy. Thank you, Robert. I really appreciate that. I've always kind of, you know, sometimes I wonder why I'm not an architect in general. My path of education was after high school, so onto university and where you choose what you want to do. I first went to animation school and did 3D animation, and then after that I went to a normal university and did computer science and took a little bit of philosophy and biology and Russian. I can't speak any of the Russian anymore, by the way. I've forgotten it all, so don't even ask. I think left is Naleva. That's about it. What else can I remember? Oh, Здравствуйте. Just like a greeting that you give somebody. But then after that, I went and did some work. Worked in things and stuff. And then I ended up in a call center. And that's not talking about the jobs I was doing while I was at uni. I know all the swear words, all of them. No, I don't remember any of the any of the foul language from my Russian. I can't even remember why I decided to do Russian, other than I kind of just liked the sound of the language in general. I thought it was a very nice sounding language. A lot of people don't like Slavic, Nordic, or Germanic languages, but I tend to. Some people find them a bit rough. I kind of find them pretty in their roughness. Ooh. Oh, no, it's fine. Everything's fine. No, nothing is fine. Madapuri? Madapuri. Where's Madapuri? Should know where Madapuri is. There is a place. Oh, Northland. Yeah. Yeah, Northland is beautiful. Northland is absolutely stunning. I have done something wrong here. And I guess it's just that this doesn't actually suit this, this angle. Swedish sounds wonderful to me. I really love the sound of Swedish. Swedland. I have tried several times to learn some Swedish. But it's something about me and languages. I try to learn languages quite often. I'll go on like some of those websites. There's one in the top of my mind, but I'm bad with names as well. I often would try and do those learning lesson things for a few weeks at a time, and then I just kind of stop. One of those was Swedish. Well, in my head, it was an interior bend, but in my head that was gonna work, and I don't know why I thought that was gonna work. Because I kind of wanted it to be a creased roof. I probably could do that. I just need to design that bend, which I don't actually have on hand. Ow. Duolingo, that's the one. Duolingo is the one that I use the most often because it's free and stuff like that. Hiya, Duck Hunter. I am glad we've got people international on this stream. It's nice having an international community. I'm a filthy globalist, you see. Yeah, I think I'll go from the edges in and then work. Hang on. Hang on. Maybe not. Maybe not. I do. Hey. I do you. I do you. Out of my face. I can see it in my head, but maybe it doesn't exist. Maybe it's an illusion. Well, what I wanted to do was have this slope upwards from this angle, right? So that the top would be somewhere around here. But then I wanted it to crease inward, and I don't think that can happen. I think I'm just going nuts. If I wanted it to crease inward, I would have to come from this angle, but that is not what I want to do because that would look too samey with the other roof. At least, in my opinion. No, Fov? What no, Fov? Okay. So, you, and then you, and then you, and then one too many again. Okay. That's fine. I'll just do it this way, and it'll look fine. Yeah, you'd have to kind of bring it downward in a wing shape, and I don't think that's very Roman. I think that's more modern architect if we're looking at that. And also that would be tricky to pull off in MC because it would be difficult, like... Oh, I've got caps lock on. How about that? Excuse me? Caps lock is not valid, huh? It would be tricky like this was, because when you look at this thing up close, it actually doesn't look as good as it does from a distance. What I intend to do, I don't know how it's gonna work out, is I intend to build on top of what I already have. So eventually, what should happen, fingers crossed, is that this base, while it appears Roman and classical and stuff like that right now, what'll end up happening is that it will end up being having like pipes and stuff sticking out of it, kind of like a mad scientist's lair. Someone's taken over some ancient architecture to build their very modern stuff in. That's the intention anyway. Oh man, I'm gonna have to do that on the channel, aren't I? The Prey DLC, that is. Prey actually did really well on the channel. I was quite impressed how interested people were in it. Especially compared to, like, The Witcher. Because I thought The Witcher was going to do really well. It flopped. But, Prey did excellent. Oh, we might have to go clay hunting soon. Oh, yeah, it is off by 1 block. You're not going crazy, Count, I promise. It is definitely off by 1 block, but I want to try and work around that, intentionally. So, if it doesn't end up working out, I'll shift some things up, but in the meantime, I'm going to try and make it work. I also think it's a bit that, like, my original audience around that time was a lot younger than my current audience. To make you rage, yeah, see? It's definitely off by 1 block. Yeah, it's kind of anti-symmetry, as Grid says. Okay. Do we have any more terracotta lying around? We have coloured terracotta lying around. We have terracotta lying around. Excellent. All of it will be shingles, because I'm sure I'm going to need more shingles in the future. I'm glad you could tell the difference between when I'm scared and when I'm not, Count, because a lot of people can't. Apparently I have a poker face for fear. I have red terracotta, I have shingles, I have normal terracotta. I don't think I have that much normal terracotta in my chisels and bits bag though. Yeah, I only have like a couple of blocks worth. I keep coming in here. Not where my table is anymore. Come on, brain, break the habit. I hate this recipe. It's not a 4x4 recipe, and it should be a 4x4 recipe. 4x4? 2x2. The needles in the ice thing, it's a shame. Because the needles in the eye thing does not come back. It's the first and only time it appears. I'm impressed. I'm impressed by people being able to pick up on when I'm actually a scared bunny. Genuinely. You guys have good empathy. That's what that means. That, or the psychopathic ability to read people very easily. Pick your poison. No judgment for the needle phobia. Absolutely not. I personally don't have one, but I can imagine that it would be pretty bad if I did. Good night, Aaron. Actually, it's not psychopathy, is it? Psychopathy, it's sociopathy if you're able to read people in a kind of predatory observation kind of way. Psychopathy is when you don't really understand that other people are as real as you are. I've stopped myself being able to get up here. No, no. You won't place on that. That's interesting. It is quite interesting. Whoops, I made the wrong one. No, I didn't. Just trying to place it on the wrong level. Back here, you. That's fine too, Courier. I'm a little observant obsessive. That's why the other career path I probably should have taken was a counselor. Never did though. Never did. Just like architecture. And then I will probably need more. Because I need to make the opposite. Make you. Tell that to my brother. Fanatical. My brother makes bank. On the other hand, he's an interior architect, but he makes bank. I think he is actually a partner. I think he's a junior partner of the firm he works in. But he's a filthy traitor and moved to Australia, so. Yeah. I suppose he's in a very good position because the area he's in is quite development heavy. So there's a lot of work going on, and he's a junior partner, so right now he's making bank. When the area he lives in is more developed and work slows down, possibly not then, but for now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 6, 13. Yeah, I have a very bad memory. I have a very good long-term memory for random concepts and ideas and information that I have sponged off the internet or other people and that sort of thing, but for actual like everyday memory use, I have a terrible memory. Probably to do with the fact that my nerves are fried in general. Being an anxious mess, but I wonder that too, Booger. Um, it'll be interesting to see what algorithm does. If it's as easy as just flicking a switch, or if you'll have to build around it. What did I do? Count, is this what you were referring to? Because I did that. Certainly did that. Krutana water can fill in non-solid blocks now, so stairs and stuff can have fluid in them, um, rather than around them, as they currently do. Yeah, it's going to be super nice. People will actually be able to have good-looking underwater bases. It'll be amazing. So we need to do. Oh right, can't do that there because the scaffold does not like chisels and bits blocks. That's fine. We need to replace you with one of these. Really, I don't know. I want this to work so bad. I'm gonna leave that like that and we'll see. See how it goes. So now the chisels away. Whoops. Here we go. Take you and turn these back into normal limestone. Yeah, getting water to flow through something is going to be tricky. I think for the most part the problem is solved, but it's not entirely solved, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna be putting this all up on YouTube. It's currently recording. I don't have Twitch take VODs for me, so it's recording separately at the same time on the Computron. Ow. I think once you're replaced, it'll actually look great. But it needs to be replaced. I want to look at this from up on this hill. See you, Fanatical. Have a good sleep. Is it historically accurate? No. Is it cool? Yes. Okay. We need to break out the chisels and orbits again. Yeah, just taking liberties. That's exactly right. It's my game. I'll play it how I choose. Something, something. Help me, torch. Thank you. Bit high up. Need to get this first. Whoa, hang on. Use? Why did you? Oh, because you're around the wrong way. Right. You're a corner, so I shouldn't be. Can I reach? I can. Heck. That, please. True wolf, I should hold my tongue. Definitely. Get myself in trouble. Especially as a streamer. My gosh, what am I doing? Add some flowing lava. Yes. Pompeii indeed. We could Pompeii this thing later, maybe. There we go. Ow! Lava! Why you do this? Can't you tell that I am building aesthetically right now? Peace treaty. Okay, fine. Pompeii it when I go to the next stage. Yeah, maybe at some point we'll Pompeii it. Probably a really good idea, actually. Maybe at the end of the series we'll Pompeii everything. Everyone likes it when you blow up your base at the end of the series, right? Oh. Okay. I hear you, game. Fine. What's an ODB? I'm sure it's cool. I'm just not familiar with the acronym. Whoops, a doodle. Oblivion Death Bomb. Probably don't have access to it right now. Or do I? Is that it right there? Just untranslated? Probably. Did sound like a Abyssal Craft item, that's for sure. I do want to get into Abyssal Craft more, but I think we are locked at the moment until we actually get into the Twilight Forest. And I can't go to the Twilight Forest in this stream because that would get ahead of the episode. So, oh, by the way, those wondering who are watching the series at home, I had the bright idea of how to get more Stardust. Same way I got the original Stardust. Go looking for it. Just found some rock crystals out in the desert. In the desert. And took the samples. Oops. Ow. Going through so many chisels, it's ridiculous. See you, Cario. Benjamin, Darkosto, if you're playing on 3.0.7 of the pack, Darkosto added this, Nature's Compass, very easy to make. Allows you to find the Abyssal Craft biomes easily. Out of limestone, finally. Okay, I'll be right back, folks. Hola! I return. Not on an official break, just a small break. You know, one of those ones. Any suggestions for what? Oh. Ungriefable good-looking blocks. It's always a difficulty, isn't it? One of the main problems with that is that people who are thinking about ungriefable blocks are often devs and not artists. I'm on your side, Atomic. I would totally delete 1.7 from the internet. Space Station 13. That sounds like a game I've never heard of, and therefore interesting. I need more limestone. Whoa. I'm going to assume my chisels and bits bag is full of cobble as usual. Oh. Yeah, meme games are interesting anyway, right? And no, that's not how I normally pronounce meme. Getting there. Ow. That is not what I intended. Yeah, wooded blocks look nice. I know there's like a... I know there's an obsidian proof block, or obsidian proof? Weatherproof block in, come on, brain. Nope. I'm losing it. Botania. But I'm just wondering whether that looks any good. If it's been witherfied or if it's still using Vadsky art. So if it's still using Vadsky art, maybe not. Um, 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 um. Whoops. Yeah, that's better. Now, I wonder if I can get away with that on this side. No. I could if I mirrored it, but I can't get a mirror because I need glowstone. And I can't get glowstone yet, so. I'm out of cobblestone? What? I'm glad I could impress. Eh. Right. So, next on the agenda is you. Although I realized I'm just copying actual limestone blocks, so I should probably just use actual limestone blocks. Right. Hiya, Baron. Sorry if I got to you late. I'm just kind of concentrating. I kind of get lost in my own little world when I do that. Now I need a map slab. And so I shall make one. Limestone probably has a half slab, but it has to fit in with the other chisel bits, so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I am very out of limestone. Whoa. Well, I'm out of limestone on me. I have plenty of limestone elsewhere. Thank you for understanding, Baron. You. And you, and then you, and then you, and then you. Limestone. Have to do something tricksy here. Oh look, that has no cobble in it. Yeah, whatever. No one's gonna notice. Then I need you. Destroy. For the good of graphics, destroy! Okay, now let's take a look. Oh yeah, I have to do this bit. We'll do that right after I check this. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, that looks about as good as I could have hoped for, really. Considering its very simplistic nature. Aw, I'm sorry, Ken. Have a great day, though. I've also been informed that the Romans often painted murals and things on their buildings and didn't just leave it as plain lime plaster. Which I can totally believe, because they're lavish as heck. But that is a little more intricate than I'm prepared to do, considering we have to be able to replicate these buildings every so often throughout the series. I don't want just, like, one really, really detailed building. That reminds me, though. Oh. I need you. That, and that, and that, and then that. A blue box. Like a 3D box. Like a 2D 3D box. Yeah, that's true, Atomic. Can Architect copy chisel stuff, can it? Something I would like to do up there, I think. We gonna need more shingles. Everyone died because they could paint it. Gib. Wait, how many of those do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 it is. Then 1, 2, 3. No, don't want to copy that one. That one has lime plaster on it. Copy that one. Ow. Not intended. I thought I could jump before then, but apparently not. Jump! There we go. Much better. Much better. Okay. Any murals come pre-censored. So true. Whoops. Right, that makes sense actually. That wall is thinner than these walls. Fill you back in. Sorry about that. No, I don't think the lower ones work. Need to keep them level. That would be you. Hmm. Yeah, that looks great. Okay. Now, probably need to do some of that on this side. Maybe we work that out from the inside. Oh no, count. Oh no. They're not windows? Dang it. Okay. That actually makes a lot of sense too. Yeah, considering where they are, because I've intentionally put them up here, because when I was reading about the Roman buildings, they did say there was a lot of supports and stuff for that kind of thing. Well, I think the fact... ventilation, looking at the way they built their houses, Blom, ventilation was areas like this and having giant doorways. That's how they got their ventilation. Like doorways without doors on the inside of the actual structure. So those little holes being wooden beams makes a lot of sense. Yeah, but it's gonna look correct. When I actually put wooden beams... Let's do a test one, shall we? Let's do a test one. If I do a test one, it'll prove that they were meant to be there all along. Because the Byzantians did the same thing. And the Byzantine structures actually did have beams remaining in them. And also the fact that the people who descended from the Byzantians continued that architectural technique. So we'll borrow you. My test subject. Beam out across the void. I mean, that does look right. That does look right. So, do we keep them as hollows in order to preserve the fantasy image of a Roman architectural build? Or do we put beams in? Because I was going to put beams in anyway. But I was just going to have them built differently. We put beams in instead. Realism, one vote for realism. Put the beams in. I'm hearing people say put the beams in. I shall put the beams in. Okay. In go the beams. I can be asked, that's the problem. I can, in fact, be asked. Put beans in? String beans, long beans, short beans, sweet beans. Which beans? Red beans? Soybeans? Chili beans? Red beans with rice. Done. I am into that. I'm actually feeling the red beans with rice meta right now. No, that'll be too difficult. Stick to the way I was doing it. Thanks. No. Also, no. Olive wood does kind of look good, but I really, 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 really like ironwood. Like a lot. So I will be including olive wood somewhere. Maybe in a different house. Switch some materials up for a different house. Or maybe I'll put some olive wood elsewhere. Because olive wood does look nice. I wish this had item zoom. It's just kind of like a yellowish tan wood. Yeah, the beams totally work. That looks really good. Dang it. By dang it, I mean I'm really glad that it works. That's like just one more mistake I made in researching Roman architecture. That's the dang it. First it was the fact that Roman architecture is almost entirely closed in. They just have big holes in the roof. And now it's that these are wooden beams, most likely. Or that there's extremely good evidence for that. Whoa, that is the wrong size. It's not all that much work. It's just I don't know. I don't know. It's fun. It is actually fun to put these beams in and stuff, but it's just, I don't know. Hard to describe. Hard to describe. Now, this needs a plaster wall going across here. Beauty is, yeah, that's what we're going for. Beauty is paint. Well, these are actual pillars that I got from some of the images. These here, these cobblestone mark the pillars. So I should probably work on those as well. To which is the normal limestone. Maybe we should use bricks for these. Mix it up. Mix it up. No, not big fat ones. that right? No, that is not right. And then I would say nope. Whoops. Connected plane, please. I need to get you. See ya, Baron. Sleep well. Hey, Fistling. Terracotta. Whoa. Not what I had in mind. Also not what I had in mind. Also not what I had in mind. What happened there? Yeah, better. Yeah, I don't know, Count. Not sure what the pillars were all about, to be honest. I just know they were in some of the images that I was looking at. I also know they tapered like that, but I'm wondering whether that tapering even works in MC. I am leaning towards no. Actually, that looks good. Maybe we just do that. Use the rule of cool instead. And have pillars of our own design. It's true, they did have a capital, but not a capital of that size. Just consolidating some materials, by the way. You are wondering what I'm doing in silence? Making the entire pillar 1 or 2 bit blocks thinner. Possibly. Possibly. Hi, Anathal. Yeah. I have gonna try a thing that's hovering around my brain, which is why I was making room in my bag. These might be too thin. I think the way that the Romans made the pillars was they made the staves in pieces and the capitals in pieces, right? But they were like, maybe we use panel instead. Give that a go. Whoa, hang on. Connected material, please. I like that a lot better, that's for sure. Oh, ran out. Panel. No, I'm not gonna need that many. Not sure what you mean by 0.5 to 0.5. Half block, top and bottom. Oh, yeah. Okay. Alright. I mean, I kind of like the chunky pillars, but yeah, let's give it a go. No, I like the chunky ones better. I think though, the ones that we're looking at now, this one, with the texture we're using doesn't quite work, and I don't think they've got a half slab version of those panels. I think there's only this one, which is like 4. If there was like a half slab version, maybe. No, there's not. There's not a half slab version. Unless I'm totally blind. There's this one, but this is that. This one's squares. Yeah. Could try that one. Raw for the center. Try raw for the center. That's this one. Need to sleep. Hang on. A 2-tier capital. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. I'm fairly sure I know what you mean. Good monkey. Let's grab this. Oop. And then grab that. Oh, crud, that's not what I meant to do. There is no reason that I can't, trying to think of here. No reason I can't do this. What you mean, count? You mean make the, where I've got the terracotta ribbon, do you mean replace that with raw? My only criticism, right, of doing the pillars like this, like super fancy, with the multi-tiered capitals and whatnot, is that this is a house, right? Versus what we're going to build later. Hence that that mess up there, where we go ham on a basket, ham on a biscuit. My bad. With detail in terms of like pillars and stuff like that. Because it's all made of marble and it's a what do you call it? What's the Roman Forum called? Acropolis? Yeah. Because like we're gonna have marble structures, and marble structures should be where all the fancy scroll work and stuff for capitals and things are. Which is why I am, while I like this, don't get me wrong, this is great. I just don't think it's right for this setting. Yeah, exactly. I want space to go up in fancy. So, as much as I really enjoyed experimenting with the pillars, I think I am going to go with this one. I'm sorry if this hurts anyone's souls. But yeah, I really want to save the fancy. Now that's also an idea keeper. Stick some ironwood posts in and plaster the top and bottom. I don't know, I think that blends quite well. Maybe that's just me. But I'm trying the limestone version. I really need to get although we can't get redstone yet, it would be nice to get a relief version of this, because then I could just go pop, pop, and it would be fine. But in the meantime, I have to do it this way. No, you're right. Actually, Count, actually, you're right. That looks better. Making the staff raw does look better. So. I still think having the edges, the darker edges, from the panels on the top and bottom, but definitely the staff should be raw. Still want to try one of those ironwood ones though, so we might knock one of these out and stick some ironwood beam in. Oop. Place all of these, please. Place all of them. I need to do now. I need to get certain things out of the bag. Because the bag is getting full. Perpetual issue with chisels and bits. Hey, you. This, and this, and this, and this, and this. Right. Retrieved. Did I end up doing you? Answer is no. What is the majority of you filled with? Oh. Oh, okay. Suppose I did break up a lot of those, didn't I? Here we go. That cleared up quite a bit of space. Right. No, why did I do that? Right. Okay. Iron wood. So you want the beams to be the same as the beams they use in the roof, so I want these to be the same size. And then I think we peel these back. Whoops. Get a bit of the roof then. That would be nice, Grid. That would be very nice. Yeah, more wood, less plaster. Maybe we only have like one. I need to sleep. But one layer of plaster, not two. So, smash you down. Goodbye. That. Need to do that. And then we can always put the ribbon back on. We can always put the ribbon back on. We try the ribbon? Yeah, we'll put the ribbon back on. You. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shingle. Brain. There we go. Thoughts, feelings? Horizontal lines do make it look a little segmented, yeah. It'd be nice if the beams could be laid vertically, but just cannot be done. I mean, it's a great idea, but it needs a wood that can be placed vertically, so we could try something like coming out here, getting some oak, because I know there are vertical oak planks. One of these is vertical. Uneven vertical. Where's even vertical? The plank's vertical. Also could try the raw log, yeah, but I don't know whether the right now at least I don't know whether the come on brain, what are you trying to say? That's not gonna work either. I don't think anyway. Because it needs to be long slats, but because of these vertical breaks here, I don't think that'll work. Rebuild the entire house on its side. It'll take the bark, CJ. So while the ironwood idea is good, and I totally approve of the ironwood idea, I don't think it's gonna work. Simply because of... I'm gonna keep these though. I'm gonna experiment with something else. Simply because of the fact that it has to be horizontal. Oh. Well, the problem with the log is we're doing a little bit of role playing here, right? So the issue I feel with the log is that if we use the log, then somebody just found a perfect piece of log to use as a beam, and I'm not sure that would look particularly great. Or maybe it would be rule of cool, and rule of cool always works. But I guess you guys know what I'm trying to say. My ability to speak is being lost slowly. Workblade, true, but the workblade only takes off. But then could I use the block that the workblade makes? Could try it. Could try it. Certainly could. Let's try getting stripped ironwood, shall we? I like that pillar, by the way. I think I'm going to go with those pillars in the future. Oh, did I remember one of the tools I lost? I think I did. I made myself an iron workblade. And, okay, cannot strip this, at least not in world. Let's try in inventory. No. So we're going to put this back. Sorry, tree. Stick totemic poles there. Oh, dark oak. Wood. Jungle. Needs to kind of be a light inside wood. Jungle might be nice. I don't think spruce would work. It's too dark. Its core is too dark. Birch might work. Do I have any birch? No. Know where birch trees are. I hear you, Kiwi. You know, I actually love that they finally added proper models to it, but yes, I can see how you could integrate totemic poles into building. Does anyone know if Sevtech has architecture craft in the mod pack in a later age? Ugh, it's not a very nice texture, to be honest. Go find an oak tree while we're out here. Right, Count. You got it. Yeah, oak probably will work. Has a better inside texture. Can I chisel it? I cannot chisel it. Cannot be chiseled. So it's 9 pixels wide. Sorry, 8 pixels wide. No. I can math, I promise. It's 14 pixels wide. There we go. Yeah, boo. Definitely boo. However, I do like the smaller pillars. Much as I was avoiding doing that before, I think the smaller pillars look fine. Or better than the ones we were using. Gosh, I got so much chisel in my inventory. Get out of here. It's turning night time. Well, that's why I'm wondering whether Architecture Craft is in the pack, because Architecture Craft may be the answer. 99. 1! Hooray! In the meantime, we have 1.0 Wildberry wine. 2 bottles of 1.0 Wildberry wine. It's good. It's good that they understand art and beauty. It means I've cultivated the right crowd for watching my channel. Okay, so something I wanted to try out. Oh no! I remember what I had in my lurker bag. I had my 1.0 bottles of ale and wine. Can I cheat those in? Wine. 75. Lame. Same for ale, huh? Yeah. Dang it, Bobby! I have to remake that wine. Sucks. So anyway, let's get some buffs. Speed 2. I'm sure if I drank another bottle it would go up to 3. What does Night Vision 2 do? My lurker bag. So, yesterday I had started work on this thing, right? If you joined me for the very beginning of the stream, you would have seen that there was some already done. So I was working on this last night. And then a flat thing happened, which I had to attend to, and I forgot to hit escape. And I was standing, I think it was about here, with this wall incomplete, and I was just standing here. I think I hit inventory instead of hitting escape. And so sometime while I was out of the room, I died. And, this button? Yes. These items, which you see down here, they don't get sucked up by your grave when you die. So they fell on the ground, and while I was out of the room dealing with flat issues, they decayed. Which means that the entire contents of my lurker bag was lost. Yeah, it is not good. Anyway, team, I need a final answer. This pillar or this pillar? Let's call this pillar A. This is pillar B. Pillar A, pillar B. So I've lost my 1.0 wine and 1.0 ale, which actually hurts. Oh, I'm definitely cheating in replacements, but I can't cheat in 1.0. I can only cheat in 75. So I'm going to have to work on the 75 all over again, and that sucks. Because it takes ages. Looks like we're going for A, peeps. You can feel it. Yeah, exactly. That's what we'll say, right? It's just a really thin plaster job. Yeah, I'll probably do that grid. Actually, just cheat the process. Cheat in ale wort buckets, cheat in wine, sorry, grape juice and stuff like that. Until it is done. Let's clean up the yard a bit so we can get a bit better of an unobstructed view. I can carry these on. Yes. Okay. Oh, there's 2 more pillars to do, by the way. Explain the process of chiseling and bitsin. Oh, well, I kind of want to devote a series to that. Count. I've got 1 video up at the moment, where I explain what I'm doing. But I think for the sake of the stream and for the sake of my own sanity, I don't want to explain literally everything that I'm doing in terms of chisels and bits. Because it just would hurt my voice. Oh, yeah. Why don't we actually do that now? To be honest, so I think we got enough progress on the house done. It's all details now. Gosh, that looks really nice, actually. When you look at it like this. I still want to change the floor and stuff in here and around the smeltery and stuff and make the garden look nice, but I'm sure you guys can see that. Let's deal with the grape juice first. Okay. Brain, you can get there eventually. I believe in you. Also have another basic backpack. Maybe I should just put things like that in the basic backpack. Things that aren't easy to cheat back in. Need to dispense of some of this junk that's on me. No, give me my scaffolds back. Thank you. Alright, that should be enough. Brew. First you start with a brewing barrel, which is a rustic thing. And we want a few of these. Go with like 8 of them. So this has this interface. This is, we will call this the seed alcohol. This is what you're going to seed the brew with. In the first instance of brewing something, you won't have a seed to put in here. So, for example, if I do wine, grape juice. Okay. So in the first instance, you would crush down some grapes into grape juice using the crushing barrel. Okay? This thing. And you literally place it in there and jump up and down. And every 4 of an item equals one bucket or 1 bottle's worth. So, we have our bottle of grape juice. It goes in there and it starts fermenting. It will ferment into wine, right? So, let's say that that has done fermenting. And we now have a bottle of perfect 0.75 wildberry wine. Yeah, very square, actually, you're right. I could cheat in MBT 1.0 wine, couldn't I? That's wildberry. Let's not use that for this example. When you are brewing wine like this, okay, so you have no seed, you're only using the juice right from the beginning. It can come out as a product of anywhere from 0.01 to 0.75. Anywhere in that range is what you can get out of doing what we're looking at now. The ideal is getting 0.75, right? But that's a gamble. It's a heck of a gamble. But let's say we got lucky and we got 0.75. So we now put that in the seed slot. You can only put 1 bottle's worth in the seed slot. But now the process fundamentally changes. When we get grape juice in there, it will start fermenting based on this seed. This seed means that this grape juice, or whatever wine is produced in this slot, once this is done, will be anywhere from 0.74 to 8.0. Oh, 0.8, my bad. So it will either be minus 0.1 or plus 0.5. And anywhere in that range. And that is what the seed does. So what you're hoping for is for the wine in this slot to be better than your seed. Then you take that wine, put it in the next barrel's seed, and then from then on you just cycle it back and forth until you get your 1.0. Does that make sense? I actually don't remember how many barrels. I think I took 8 barrels. Put a half bottom slab above the crushing tub and you can speed crush fruit. Wow, I didn't know that. Maybe I should do that. Right. No, the average does improve because you can only ever have 0.01 point less than the seed, right? At worst. Or the same. But then you've also got... So you got 6... You got a... Trying to the best way to describe this. You've got a D6. On that D6, you have negative 0.01, you have 0.00, you have 0.01, 0.02, 0.03, 0.04, 0.05. So on average, you have 4 chances to make an improvement. So yes, there is an average improvement. I want a cheap bottle, so I'm keeping them in a separate stack. So if you're going from 0.75, the maximum is 0.8. Your maximum result for the next lot of wine is 0.8. The best result every single time is plus 0.05. Oh, did I miscount the number of dice rolls? My bad. Or sides on a dice? Yeah. It would always trend upward. But ideally, going from this one, right, where you have no seed, you should just start again if you get less than 50%, right? Because the rolls are in your favor to try and get better than that considering the maximum off your first grape juice is 0.75. Decimal numbers are hard, guys. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What? No, that's wrong. Give me that. Thank you. Stop putting it in the same barrel, me. Yeah, it is simpler to say, that's true. You're aiming for 100%, right? Or 1.0. 100% quality wine, ale, whatever you have. On your first roll, you can get anywhere from 0.5% to 75%. Every roll after that, using a seed, you can improve it by 0.5%. Or, sorry, 5%. You can improve it by 5%. Oh my god, I'm going nuts. What I'm going to actually do is I'm going to have a big series of barrels down in a cellar under this house and have, like, you know, the whatever we're fermenting at the time plus the stock barrels of everything else, which is going to have all the 1.0 stuff in it. Thank you for stopping by, Trogdayton. Trogdaton? Hi. Thank you for stopping by. My brain is slowly melting. I am very sorry. Okay, that's all good. So now we need to wait. One of these, on average, should give me, you know, the highest possible result. We should get a 0.8 out of this, or an 80% out of this. And then we'll want an 85, and then we'll want a 90, and then we'll want a 95, and then 100. Would they be compatible with fluid funnels? Probably. But, the result from one barrel will always only be a seed. You're not putting wine... you're not putting wine in with a wine seed, right? You're putting grape juice in with a wine seed. So it's always two fluids. And only one bucket of the previous wine fits in the seed slot, so... You could, but it's just... I don't know whether it's worth it. Over here, I've explained it in a couple of episodes. I have an expand consolidate technique that I do, where I use 4 bottles. In this case, it'll be 8 bottles because we're trying to replicate 1.0 wildberry wine. But 4 bottles, and then you split the 4 into the 4 other barrels as 4 different seeds. That's 4 different chances for an improvement. You take the best one, you consolidate it into 1 barrel, make 4 more bottles, and repeat. These are not mine. These are, though. I don't think I have 32. No, I don't. Would you believe that I was actually, like... That was the other thing that I forgot to mention that I did at university. I did maths. I majored in mathematics. Would you believe it? Probably not. I'm very good at algorithmic thinking. I'm not very good with numbers. Arithmetic, bad. Algorithms, good. Hotberry. Right, we're waiting for the 2. I can speed that up. I have some bone meal. All the best. Wow, I really am losing my speech centers tonight. All the best math is not numbers is true. I'm one of those horrible maths is the language of the universe people. No matter which sense you have lost, maths is always right. Now hopefully we get 8 bottles of 1.0 and not 8 bottles of 99. But yeah, this is why it takes a long time, because you can have as many barrels as you want, but they're all going to take half a Minecraft day to get through the process, so. Maths is the most pure. I have to opt into affiliation now, don't I? It's not like an automatic thing. Catch you later, Robert. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, I'm nearly out of tomatoes. How did that happen? Thank you for watching my videos on my YouTube. I really appreciate it. Got 88 viewers. I think that might actually, like, do that, like... Yep. Wait, how many do you have to average now? You have to average, like, 20 viewers, right? Over a week? Something like that? It's a whole thing, yeah. Sure it is. But here, as you can see, I've been storing grapes for the, for when we finally start making loads and loads of 1.0 wine. I'll take a look at it later, it's just I can't take a look at it right now while I'm streaming, which is why I'm asking dumb questions. Keep coming in this hut to use the crafting table. It's not where it is anymore, me. It's over here. Maybe you're ready. There we go. It's 3 average viewers. 8 hours in 30 days. See, it's the hour thing that I am not good for, right? Because, as you guys can tell already, my brain is starting to break down. So I don't know how I would average 8 hours when I'm barely able to average 6. So I'm not sure how I'm going to solve that particular one if I do try to go for affiliate. Eight hours over 7. Oh, so like an hour per stream in that case. Okay. So it can be any combination therein. In which case, yeah, I guess I would be able to make it. That is pleasant to hear. How do we make sticks these days? The steel leaf rod? Okay. No. Stick. Singular. Okay. Right, so I'd qualify for affiliate pretty easily, actually, if I did a couple of streams of this size. That's good to hear. What are you? Oh, you're just wooden stuff. And make the horse make sticks. And we can make the sticks from the sawmill. Is there any better than using leaves? No, so it's still best to use the chopping block from the horse. Okie dokie. Chopping block. Whoppers. Chest. Let's grab the gross red cedar. Red cedar is now pink. It's offensive. Heck yes! Prime subs! You, and then... I know this is ugly as heck. I promise I'll clean it up. Don't hate me. I had to destroy the horse's thing over there because the house's property ended up going over it. My dude, what happened to your lead? Oh, okay. Go. Yeah, I am very fortunate that I have a YouTube following to give me a boost to start on Twitch. Very, very fortunate indeed. Too ugly and subbed. Yeah, the pink is red cedar. Not eucalyptus, although eucalyptus still does exist. I've got one over here somewhere. I think you can see it just in the distance. There. So 2 kinds of pink wood. Disgusting. What are these unnatural colours for wood? Get out of my life. Stripped red cedar wood. And then, oh, that's painted. So that's okay. You can paint wood. I'm alright with painting wood. Not gonna. Oh, there it is. There's the offensive one. Eucalyptus. Disgusting. Amaranth is also pretty offensive. Thank you, Iris. Am I doing this right? I am doing this right. Okay. Sticks. By the way, if you're wondering what I needed the sticks for in the first place, is I'm making spindles. Every single time I go into that hut. I'm going to tear that hut down, then I can't go into it. I am actually going to tear that hut down eventually. Once I've moved into here properly. Spindles, so you can make bolts of cloth. That's how you can store cloth. Isn't it wonderful? Pink cedar will come in handy if I ever need to build a pink fluffy bunny. I'm really upset that I cannot... Well, I can. I can turn these hemp ropes into rope blocks, but until the next version of the pack, you cannot uncraft rope blocks back into rope. Better with mods. Assign. You can do that, right? Mods assign. I'm not sure what you mean, Count. I'm sorry. As long as you don't live stream on YouTube. I'm never going to live stream on YouTube. Never, ever. It has no moderation tools. Or, rather, it does have moderation tools, but they barely exist. It is not a familiar system to a lot of people, so it's hard to draw people in the first place. Yeah, no way. Can't I make that signage? Oh, portable crafting table. Crafting table. Yes! Wow, it's like two options. Sign and a crafting table, or a shelf and a crafting table. Instead of crafting. Whose is better? Let's cheat these in and find out whose is better. They're both exactly the same. Okay. Which image do I like better? I think I like this one better. So a sign and a crafting table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4. Every single time. I am cursed. Crafting table. Got to get some sticks off the horse. Horse! Give me sticks. Crafting fly swat. Yeah, true. True facts. Thank you, Count, for informing me about the crafting table on a stick. I actually had no idea they existed in this pack. Okay, that's going to make things a heck of a lot easier. Is it nighttime? What's happening here? Hi, Neptune! Yours isn't here, like, at all. Unless extended crafting is yours? Which, I don't know. Are you extended crafting? Also, hi, Neptune. On a stick. Yes, my accent is the best. Oh, you mean the cheap sign recipe? Yeah, I probably should have done that, but I was lazy. This one, you mean? A piece of molding and a piece of siding. Very cheap signs. Okay, we got a 78. A 78. 76. Please one of you be 80. Come on. Fail. Alright. Couple of 78s. Neptune was the first for the pocket crafting tables. The man deserves a Nobel Peace Prize. Ah, those were my bottles. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those two. You can go. Oh, did you think it was always the non-saw one? Okay. I actually didn't know. This is the first time I made a sign in Sevtech, so... I mean, if you want to, you can use a, extremely expensive... Wait a minute, it'll get to it any second now. Very expensive... Heck, I'll just go to it. Shaft. Wait, shafts are really cheap? What? Plant, twine, and sticks? Still more expensive though. Oh yeah, suppose crafting mode with the ord. Suppose that's true. Oh, the initial crafting system is annoying, but it is kind of fun for a little while. It kind of overstays its welcome. I hear you. Anyway, my awesome Roman citadel. Guys, it's even like 10 minutes earlier than I intended. Sorry, 40 minutes earlier than I had intended. But I think I'm going to wrap up the stream here, my dudes. I need to let my brain air out, I think. Too much socializing for one day. I'm drunk on extroversion. Do I have a stream schedule? No. I wish I had a stream schedule, but I don't think so. I don't. Not right now anyway. I think if I try going for this affiliate thing, I think I will try and have a stream schedule. I'm trying to get the YouTube videos more consistent first, but it may come down to the fact that streaming ends up more consistent than YouTube. Because like streaming a couple of days a week might be easier for me than trying to make sure videos go out on exactly the right days at exactly the right time. So, yeah. We shall see. Do I have a streaming schedule? Answer, we shall see. Yeah, I'm going to do something about this. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but yeah. But anyway, yes, I'm getting distracted. Thank you all for watching, and I will catch you all later. And this will go up on YouTube, so if you missed a lot of it, it's going up there. So I will see y'all later. Bye!